looking forward to this becoming a regular feature on the channel. Question time. Greetings, I'm Dr. Will, and welcome to Dr. Will's Software Project Leadership channel, where we focus on building real software to solve real problems. This question is from Maxie. Thanks for the question, by the way. Nothing helps the channel more than the audience jumping in with questions, except, subscribing. Anyway, Maxie asks, Dr. Will, we're just starting an ERP implementation. What advice do you have as we get underway? If you've already subscribed to the channel, thanks a lot. Appreciate that. If you'd like more content like this, then subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when new content becomes available. ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning System. This is a system that basically runs an enterprise. Depending on which ERP we're talking about, and there's lots of them, both free and paid, it may or may not have one feature or another. But overall, what it's going to do is it's going to tie together multiple crucial systems as one integrated system. As such, that's going to reflect the complexity of the business enterprise or the institutional enterprise. A business or an institution is a large system. It's a complex system. And its environment is a set of other systems. So what you're dealing with is a system of systems. The complexity of a system of systems is exponentially more complex than just the system. Running a business and operating a business and building software that operates a business is going to reflect that complexity. Generally speaking, there will be a large database in the background, user interface, several different types of architectural models are used in different ERP systems. Usually what's going on when a business implements or an institution implements an ERP is that they're replacing multiple different systems and processes that have evolved over time in the environment of the business. So you're going to impose a new set of processes or create a set of processes that reflects the new system and the new capabilities that are brought about by the ERP. What's interesting is as part of that is that implementing the ERP, just like implementing any software solution, any point solution, for example, is going to change the nature of the problem. So you've got this moving target that continues to move and evolve now that you've added something new to it. So that makes it necessary that ERP system be able to continue to evolve. That makes the management of that system and of the enterprise that relies on that system complicated and difficult in its own way, in a new way. So why do it? We'll talk about that. Often the ERP system will impose a set of processes. Some systems like SAP, not SAP, don't call it SAP. They dislike that. It's an acronym. It's a German acronym, which is unpronounceable for your humble host here. But SAP, anyway, says basically, here's your business processes, learn to love it. SAP is one of the large, the two big ones. SAP and Oracle. Oracle's basically bought up everything else, except for the small fry. Oracle says customize, do what you like. So the question is, either you're going to adopt their business processes or a set of business processes, or you're going to evolve a set of business processes based on the new capabilities you now have. The benefits of the system are largely owing to the aggregation and correlation of the data. It's hard to overstate those benefits. Above a certain level of enterprise, in fact, it's probably not sustainable without a comprehensive system. When you implement such a system and your sales and your capabilities and your capacity all increases because you now have this coherent, consistent, aggregated system, that's given you a lot more revenue so that you can sustain and support that system as well as growing the rest of the business. So that's kind of why to do it, and understanding that you're going to need to change your business operations and processes suggests, by the way, that you should have your business processes documented, what you're currently doing, so that you can change those documents and change that description of how you operate when you add the new system Otherwise, you're going to get in trouble. So getting in trouble, what are the gotchas? That's what you asked. The cost of implementation. It's not the subscription or license cost that is the long pole in the tent for ERP systems. Not a few implementations of ERP systems have failed, expensively failed. And the reason is not because of the license cost or the fees. The reason is usually that there's the level of staff and leadership participation is lacking. Whoever the leader of the organization is, whether it's the CEO or the president or whoever, has got to make it a priority and make it a priority for everybody downstream. Without that, without senior leadership support, everybody is going to have real jobs to do and not have time to work on the implementation, not have time to move data, not have time to learn the new system. And if that's your situation, you may as well pack it up. You're done. You have to get people participating because they're going to need to be trained. They're going to need to learn to use the new system. Forms and formats and reports and everything else that you're going to need are going to have to be identified and implemented themselves. And that new process brought along and executed in parallel with the old process for a little while before you change horses in midstream. Because you're always going to change horses in midstream. You're going to move from, trigger to fury while you're crossing the Rio Grande. I don't know. So the new business processes then need to be documented and followed